Before sunrise, the beach was already awake, not with tourists, not with music, not with noise, but with footsteps, bare feet pressing softly into the wet sand under a sky still heavy with clouds. I was walking along the shores of Kovalam in Kerala when I saw nearly 40 fishermen standing beside the Arabian Sea. No announcements, no instructions, no leader shouting orders, just a rope disappearing into the ocean, a long rope, and human beings quietly pulling it together. At first it looked like simple labor, men pulling a fishing net towards the shore, but then I started noticing the rhythm. One man pulls the rope, then walks back along it. The next man takes a turn over, and when he reaches the end, he quietly returns to the front again and again, like waves, like breathing, like life itself. Nobody was trying to stand out, nobody was trying to become important, and yet everything moved perfectly. The sea was enormous, the men were small, but together they were stronger than the sea. And then my attention moved to one man standing near the coiled ropes. He wasn't pulling. He wasn't walking back and forth like the others. He was simply standing there watching. And for one brief moment, a thought crossed my mind. Maybe he was avoiding the work. Maybe he is avoiding the work. But my friend quietly told, no, he's all. And suddenly I noticed something beautiful. Nobody else there seemed bothered by it. Nobody questioned him. Nobody forced him to prove his usefulness. I felt ashamed that I questioned him. In fact, many of the men pulling those ropes looked older than him, wrinkled bodies, thin shoulders, weathered faces, and still they pull with all their strength. But this one man, the community had silently allowed him to rest, not because he was useless, but perhaps because once upon a time he too had spent years pulling at the sea. Some fishermen even entered the water itself then, holding the edges of the net tightly, making sure the fish would not escape back into the ocean. The waves crashed against them, the current resisted them, but they held on together, because if one side loosens, the sea takes everything back. And standing there watching this silent choreography of labor, I realized something. Modern life teaches us competition, but survival, real survival, was always cooperation. No fisherman there could claim the catch alone. No one could say, the fish is mine. The sea did not reward one man that morning. It rewarded the village. And then finally, the net arrived. Silver fish shimmering beneath the cloudy sky. Thousands of them overflowing across the sand, as if the Arabian Sea itself had decided to be generous that day. But what surprised me most was the silence. No celebration, no shouting, no arrogance, just tired faces, quiet satisfaction, and work continuing. Because people who truly understand life know something the modern world often forgets. Today, the sea may bless you. Tomorrow, it may return empty. As I stood there watching those fishermen, I could not stop thinking about our world. When did we stop pulling together? When did life become a rest instead of a shared net? When did elders become burdens instead of living memories of sacrifice? Those fishermen may never become famous. The world may never know their names, but that morning, on a quiet beach in Kerala, they taught me something profound. A human being alone can survive for some time, but a community that trust each other can pull miracles out of the sea. Perhaps life was never meant to be carried alone. Perhaps we were always supposed to hold the same rope, take turns when someone grows tired, protect those who once carried us, and keep pulling together through storms, through uncertainty, through life itself. Because somewhere between the sea, the old man, and those fishermen, I realized something. The strongest societies are not built by the strongest individuals. They are built by people who still knew how to pull together. You are listening to Yeningthagi, Whispers of Life, a new story every Sunday.